What's up, Acolyte Squad? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. We're talking about The Mandalorian. Specifically, we're talking about Diana Lee Inosanto's character. What was her name? Something like Morgan Elson, something like that. Morgan Elsbeth. That's her name. There are a lot of crazy theories that have popped up in the last 12 hours, 24 hours. I don't even know. The biggest one is that people are wondering if she might have been a Nightsister, because apparently she's from Dathomir. Let me show you guys how this all developed on my end. All right, so first I came across this tweet, Duchess of Darksaber Light. She tweeted Morgan Elsbeth, or they, I don't know if it says Duchess, so I assume she, but we're not gonna misgender anyone. We'll just say they, right? They tweeted Morgan Elsbeth during the Clone Wars, her people were massacred. There's a theory, and Duchess of Darksaber Light got this from Reddit. So the theory started on Reddit that Morgan Elsbeth is a member of the Ming Po, the tribe that Ahsoka saw Death Watch slaughter in the Clone Wars Season 4. If true, it's likely that Bo-Katan's actions as a member of Death Watch will be brought to light. Right now, I started thinking initially, when we saw Ahsoka go to this planet, the fact that Bo-Katan knew exactly where Ahsoka was headed, that maybe Morgan had some dealings with Bo-Katan, the Mandalorians, the fact that Morgan had that Mandalorian staff, right? That Mandalorian steel staff. So those are scenes from the Clone Wars, right? And I guess they were going off the tribal tattoos, the relation to Mandalore, right? So I tweeted this, and then I had someone respond that there were rumors that Morgan might be Dathomirian, right? And I kind of didn't think much about it, but then I remember, because I was on the bot bus on the way to my wife and I went shopping and went out for dinner, and I saw this immediately, that. So this popped up on Reddit. According to the hairstylist for The Mandalorian, Morgan Elsbeth / the Magistrate is one of the last survivors of Dathomir, right? And this is hair department, etc. I think this got deleted later, but Gina Carano liked the tweet. It says it's from 2 days ago. The real Diana Lee Inosanto is Morgan Elsbeth, aka the Magistrate, one of the last survivors of Dathomir. Hair by me, makeup by Hookup Tattoos, right? So the person who did the tattoo, the makeup work, right? And so here's this is the Nightsister from Jedi Fallen Order. If you haven't played the game, I haven't played up to that point. I did play the planet Dathomir once a year ago. Haven't really touched it since. Diana Lee again. And I didn't really notice that she's kind of got the little samurai motif going the same way that Ahsoka did, which is cool. And then here's the picture, even bigger, blown up. That was from Instagram, right? Now, I heard that this got deleted later. And then later, even much later, once we did our shopping and we sat down to eat, then the direct.com, I saw this article over there. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order location connects to the Mandalorian's latest episode. Again, they're saying the same thing. A hairstylist from the Mandalorian seemingly revealed where the Magistrate is originally from in an Instagram posted that has since been edited. The original post called Morgan Elsbeth one of the last survivors of Dathomir, which is a well-known planet from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, as well as Star Wars The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels too, because Maul took Ezra there, and that's where Sabine retrieved the Darksaber, right? That is a huge part of the ongoing storyline, Moff Gideon, Bo-Katan, and the restoration of Mandalore in the Mandalorian. So everything comes together at some point, because at some point you're going to run into other storylines. And I mean, these are all parts of what we're calling the Filoni verse, right? Things that are going on in the background of the Sky, or in, not even in the background, but in parallel with the Skywalker saga, right? And I got some thoughts. I've been holding off on all of that I'm going to share with you guys soon. Right, so what does this mean in this article, at least? Dathomirian Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a dark planet on which main protagonist Cal Kestis had to fight undead Nightsisters who had initially perished during Order 66. No, that was way before Order 66, whoever wrote this. So Kestis encountered a former Jedi who now wanted to use the power of the Nightsisters against the Jedi. It is unclear who exactly survived the attack on Dathomir during the Clone Wars, but it appears Morgan Elsbeth was one of them, right? With what we were led to believe was there were like 3, 4, maybe 5 survivors of the attack by the Confederation of, what is it, Independent Systems, the CIS, the other people in the Clone Wars, right, that had the droid armies, the CIS. We saw that play out where Count Dooku took his forces to Dathomir, and Mother Talzin raised the deceased Nightsisters to again continue to wage war, fight the battle they lost in. Mother Talzin was disembodied or whatever, but she managed to escape, survive. What's her name? Asajj Ventress. She survived. Of course, she later died, trying to save her boo, Quinlan Voss, right? And then, of course, there was the girl who shows up in Jedi Fallen Order, who also is a survivor, and she ends up, joining the team with Cal Kestis and Siri and all of them, and maybe we'll see what happens with her if there's a sequel to the game, right? But I mean, what did Ahsoka say? How did she describe the Magistrate? All right, so I'm looking at my notes from the episode. She said, Morgan Elsbeth, during the Clone Wars, her people were massacred. She survived and let her anger fuel an industry which helped build the Imperial Starfleet. She plundered worlds, destroying them in the process. Right? So she said not to underestimate the Magistrate. And when she first said it, and then before, she dropped, the Grand Admiral Thrawn name, she said, now tell me, where's your master? And I was thinking, like, don't underestimate her. How is the Magistrate going toe to toe with Ahsoka, who is, who went toe to toe with Vader, is a Jedi. Well, she's not a Jedi, but she was trained in the Jedi arts. Like, how are they going toe to toe? And I initially thought, yo, man, the Magistrate might be Force sensitive. Now, I kind of went all the way out there when she first said, who is your master? I'm like, yo, wait a minute. What if just in the split second between her saying that and then where's Grand Admiral Thrawn, just the synapses started firing. I'm like, is she talking about Moff Gideon? Moff Gideon's her master and they're like trying to be new Sith or something? Like, what's going on? And then it was, oh, okay, so like I didn't geek out the way everyone else did when she said Grand Admiral Thrawn. I was just like, okay. But if you think about it, right, what if she is a Nightsister, and knowing what we know, or at least what I know about Thrawn and the Skywalkers, not the Skywalker family, Anakin, Luke, Leia, Rey, Ben, Solo, right? But the Skywalkers that's the basic translation for the word that the Chiss use for the Force sensitive navigators that they need to navigate through the unknown regions of wild space. Like, if this person has some influence, because I was initially just thinking she was somebody from a CIS world, and like as hard as it is to think about that like maybe the droids wiped her out, or maybe it was the clone troopers that, just waging battle. They destroyed everybody. But the thing about that, going that route, is that then why would she help the Empire? So it only makes sense that the droid army took out her people. If she's indeed from Dathomir, then we did see that, right? And that she would join the Empire, that she's, trying to hide this background of having been a Nightsister. And I've seen, she doesn't look like a Nightsister that we've seen. Well, I did some reading on Wikipedia, and apparently the Nightsisters, Dathomirians as they're actually called, they can be pale like we've seen. They can have yellow skin. They can have kind of almost chalky white skin like, Mother Talzin. They can have all kinds of tattoos like Mother Talzin had, or very few, right? The women, because I didn't know that, like, this is where playing KOTOR or Star Wars Old Republic is kind of messed me up, because on there the Zabrak women have horns, and Wikipedia and what's canon is Zabrak women look like Asajj Ventress. They don't have horns, which, back in the day we thought Asajj Ventress was a Ratataki or whatever you call them, but now we're seeing, like, I think the Dathomirians are a hybrid of whatever the Zabraks used. A human Zabrak hybrid is how I think the women are kind of described. And I think there's a legend story of about the Nightsisters. Their origin was really a Jedi. A lady Jedi actually started the Nightsisters. She went to Dathomir, and started messing around with the magics and just the dark side presence on the planet. And when she had this new understanding of the Force that was really kind of this shamanistic practice that that viewed the light and the dark. And if you read the Book of the Sith, actually the magic is the way that they think about it, it's actually it actually is based off the Jedi religion of the Ashla, the Ashla and the Bogan, right? The Mortis gods, right? Is that they do some magic, and it's for the daughter, and then when you piss them off, they do some other stuff, and it's for the son of Mortis, right? So it's the dark and the light. It's both. It's all about their intent and how they intend to go about it. So I don't know what the outcome of this Morgan Elsbeth character is, but the fact that she is tied to Thrawn, she is tied to the Clone Wars. If she's from Dathomir, she is tied to things that we've seen before, and she could maybe answer some questions about things that could come later in the story if they want to develop that out, flesh that out, travel to Dathomir at some point and deal with that. Maybe the whole Maul thing comes up at some point, and Morgan might have some ties to that, right? Whatever Thrawn was doing, who knows? Maybe she might have at some point been involved with Crimson Dawn. I don't know. I mean, we know that the Night Brothers were, so who's to say that a Nightsister who, might want, well, actually no, because she wouldn't have really wanted revenge against the Empire. That's where, things get messy, right? That's where it helps, where I write things out, because right now I'm literally going off the dome, and I'm like thinking as I talk, right? I'm thinking as I speak, with you guys. Is that I'm really trying to figure out, like, how did she get to the position that she's in? Where I was going with the whole Thrawn thing, and if she's a Nightsister and she's got the Force, Thrawn might have seen her as an asset for what he was trying to do with the Chiss. But then, if she's what did Ahsoka say? She survived and let her anger fuel an industry which helped build the Imperial Starfleet. Well, what did Thrawn wanted to do? What did he want to do on Lothal? He was trying to build that TIE fighter that, had shields and could travel into hyperspace. And, if they had built those TIE fighters, then they would have crushed It was basically a TIE fighter that could match up with the X-Wing, right? And if they had that, then, the rebels canceled a rebellion. But, Ezra managed to take out the factory and the plant on Lothal, and he took Thrawn off the map, off the game board completely, and it was a wrap, right? They didn't have Thrawn there to tell Palpatine don't put all your faith in the Death Star, right? And without Thrawn being there, Krennic won, and then he lost. And then Tarkin lost. And they took a big L, and then they took another one 3 years later, right? So I mean, it is what it is. 3.5 years later, because wasn't Return of the Jedi 6 months after Empire Strikes Back, which was 3 years after A New Hope. Is that right? So yeah, Thrawn wasn't there. And has Morgan Elsbeth, has she been in touch with Thrawn? Like, what is Thrawn doing now? Is this just Ahsoka, tapping leads? Like, well, she had dealings with Thrawn, so maybe she knows. Who knows, man? There's like, everybody's worried about getting offended. What the things they didn't like. Ahsoka's Montrails weren't long enough, right? And now I've seen where the folks, on the set are like, we're going to see what we can do about making her Montrails longer, to please the whiners and the babies, right? Then we got, like the people that I'm talking about complaining, these aren't, somebody was like, see, Prince, you wouldn't see all that negative stuff if you follow the right people. And I'm like, okay, you're following Jim Bob and your cousin Randy. And I'm not talking about Doomcock. I'm following like vloggers and podcasters that and bloggers, people who write books, people who have written for Lucasfilm or Star Wars, right? Like the actual influencers that Lucasfilm, the folks at Lucasfilm have like put on. And it's like, and I'm calling them out. I haven't said a lot of names, but sometimes I have, right? If you follow me on Twitter, like like a couple of people were like, yo, man, if you look at Prince's Twitter feed, you know exactly what he's talking about because you retweeted him, right? But one lady in particular is like, I don't want the Mandalorian to deal with Thrawn because I think Dave Filoni is going to mess up Thrawn. I don't want him to touch Thrawn. And I'm like, hold up now. How many years back had they planned Rebels? When they planned Rebels, the plan was Grand Admiral Thrawn's going to be part of this, right? So when everybody, man, they got rid of Legends and we need Thrawn and it's like, and then you go back and it's like, you got egg on your face, homie. Like you did all this ranting and raving and complaining, and it was like, in Filoni we trust, right? It's just like the sequel saga. Right, like last year when Freddie Prinze Jr. had his rant that Star Wars Theory did, I don't understand. And I was like, Freddie Prinze Jr. is basically saying, look, I've known for a long time how this sequel saga is going to wrap up, right? And when I'm saying Filoni's going to bring his story in line with it, what did I say earlier in this video? I said this is running in parallel with the Skywalker saga. So somebody, I've been saying Filoni is going to fix it. Prince, you're delusional. No, I'm not delusional. I'm smarter than you. I'm so much smarter to the person that said that. I'm not talking about everybody. The person that said that. I'm so much smarter than you that when I drop dope shit, it sounds like dumb shit to you because that's how much smarter I am than you. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, just that one person in particular, because I just said Dave Filoni is building the Filoniverse in parallel with the Skywalker saga. At some point, if you're telling a story that's in parallel with the movies, well, guess what? It's the same universe. It's not a multiverse. This isn't Marvel Comics where you got this story on 616 and then you got the Ultimate Universe and then you got the zombie universe. Star Wars don't have a multiverse. If you think it does, Go watch Doomcock and stop wasting your time listening to the folks who like talk about stuff that's actually verifiable on, you know, from multiple outlets, right? Stuff that's actually likely to happen, right? Because that whole Veil of the Force thing, the dude, your boy couldn't even get it right, right? Hey man, if you want to watch Breitbart made for geeks, you know, go hop on, you know, Jeremy Geeks and Gamers, that Star Wars chick. She wants to be Tommy Lauren of Star Wars. Go watch them and leave the rest of us to enjoy, you know, the story that's actually here, and to break it down, dissect it, and just, you know, and walk away and say, hey man, that was dope. That could have used some work. They'll come out, you know, it's like look, this is how I'm gonna talk. This from here on out. This is how I'm gonna talk about the sequel saga, because I've been getting shit from people for years. Prince, you love everything. I remember one dude jumped on my Instagram. Prince, you love everything Star Wars do, and I'm like, first off, homie, I don't even know you. And if I keep doing these off the dome videos, then maybe I will say the stuff that I'm thinking, right? Because in scripted videos, sometimes the scripted videos have things edited out too that were in the script, right? You know, or I'm sticking to this one line of thought and not letting everything else get into it, right? From a spiritual perspective, what Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi was beautiful. If you've gone there with your spiritual practice, you know, I had somebody hop on a video and they were like, I have a degree in religion and it was shit. And I'm like, okay, you have the paper, but have you done the work, right? Well, I took a mysticism class, and okay, but you took a class, but have you had a mystical experience, right? Because the way Rey talked about having a spiritual awakening in The Last Jedi was beautiful. Brought tears to my eyes, because I was going through some stuff, you know, with my meditation practice at the time when I saw the movie. And when I say this was great, that was why, right? I didn't appreciate that Rian Johnson wanted to sideline Finn. He wanted to leave him in a coma the entire movie. Right? He didn't The Last Jedi was Rian Johnson's love letter to Kylo Ren, right? Because he loved that character. I liked Kylo Ren, but meaning, you know, I wanted to see Kylo Ren on the path of the tyrant, right? And J.J. Abrams told Adam Driver that's where he was going with the character. And then all of a sudden, Palpatine is back, and me having read everything the way I did, you know, I can't be upset about it. Why? Because Palpatine's return was set up in Aftermath. The first Aftermath book set up Palpatine's return. And hindsight is not 2020, but sometimes you can look back and see things that you missed, right? And somebody's going, what do you mean hindsight isn't 2020? Hindsight is not 2020, right? Because when you look back on the past, you're seeing a distortion of how you perceive things, and not necessarily how they actually were, right? Just like looking back, now that we know, looking back, oh, how did I miss that? Oh, Yup Tashu did say that Palpatine would return. Oh, Yup Tashu believed that he was going to resurrect Palpatine, but Palpatine was already resurrected, but Yup Tashu didn't have contact with him because he wasn't on Exegol. He was supposed to meet up with Palpatine on Exegol, but he got killed on Jakku, right? A lot of stuff. You know, I kept saying, I don't think Snoke is the guy. I think there's somebody else, but it's not Palpatine, because I just didn't. And then it was like, oh, but it was. And all these little things. Now, yeah, there were some things they threw in later, much later. Oh, Palpatine is corrupting Ben Solo, and all these voices that Ben Solo's hearing have been Palpatine. His whole life he's been tortured and tormented by Palpatine. Now, I felt like that weakened Ben Solo's character, but it is what it is. But I'm just saying, like, that's the story, right? Palpatine is pulling all the strings. And so now we have to wonder, well, what else is going on, right? Maybe Thrawn came back into the picture, and then he figured out, oh, you guys, the First Order's just out here floating around. Maybe he encountered the First Order while they were out, under Ray Sloan. She's the Grand Admiral now. She's like, no, I'm not standing down to you. And then, somebody, hey, she's the Grand Admiral. She's leading the First Order, but she's not really that dude. It's really Palpatine. You need to hop on with us, Thrawn. We really following Palpatine. Her and the other leaders, they think they running shit, but it's really Palpatine. We're the subordinates, right? They're the president and the cabinet, but we are the Senate, right? And we all taking our marching orders from Palpatine. Come on, Thrawn, jump in with us. And Thrawn is like, no, man, Palpatine lost. He lost twice. He ain't listened to me. I see why he wanted me now, is that he needed me to get, I was just part of his not wanting to die. I want to live, part of his fame plan. I want to live forever, right? Fame. So maybe Thrawn comes back into this, and then he's like, you know what? I ain't rolling with y'all. I got this Chiss ascendancy thing. I got my people, the people who are loyal to me. And, if I want to take all of this down that y'all are doing, I can, with the people who are loyal to me, because they're loyal to Thrawn. They're not loyal to the Empire, First Order, Palpatine. They're loyal to me, right? In my world, Palpatine is Tito. I'm Michael Jackson, right? So, I fully believe that there's a story running parallel that will account for Ahsoka. Why is Ahsoka still alive in The Rise of Skywalker, but we don't see her? She doesn't interact with Rey. Where's Ezra Bridger? He's the same age as Luke Skywalker. What are they doing? What have they been doing the last 30 years? Right? Where's Sabine? She's old now, but, well, she's not old, but she's she's older than Luke and Leia, right? So at that point, if she's still around and kicking, Rex is probably dust. Just be real, right? That accelerated clone aging. But I'm just saying, like, this character connects to the Clone Wars, connects to Thrawn, connects to an ongoing story. And my mind is kind of blown. That I'm kind of tired too. I did like 300 kettlebell swings before I hopped on here, so I'm kind of like, and it's late, so I'm sleepy too. Speaking of which, hey man, I got this COVID weight because I got injured doing my my little Spider-Man training that I talked about at the beginning of the year. Really, I was doing an apprenticeship for a calisthenics gymnastics certification. My next fitness program my whole ninja fitness program that I'm trying to put together. I don't want to call it Jedi fitness because somebody's going to think that they're going to be running around swinging a lightsaber. If you want to be as agile as a Jedi, you might call it that, but that's about it. It's, improve your agility, how well you move. It's calisthenics. It's everything, right? But I got injured doing that, and I got to start all over from the beginning in February. So I got to get this COVID weight off that I picked up while I was on the mend. So I'm doing. I got a challenge for y'all: 300 kettlebell swings, 10,000 kettlebell swings in the month of December. You could do 500 a day. 4 days a week? You'll knock it out. I started out doing that, and I was gonna try to do it before Christmas, but I got sick a couple of days last week, and then I was tired today because I stayed up too late last night. And now I'm just like, I'm gonna get it done before New Year's, right? 300 a day, a little over 300, you'll get to 10,000. But the real goal is to get myself in the habit of doing 300 kettlebell swings a day, every day, if possible, if I don't have a hard workout or something else planned. That's, for me, that's easy. I've been working with kettlebells for 12 years now and teaching people how to use kettlebells for last 8 or 9 years. Yeah. So, I'm going to have more challenges, free challenges for you guys to jump on, in 2021. So you better get some kettlebells if you want to do them. Cause, I tried the whole thing the last 2 years. It didn't work. I'm really not happy with myself and the way that I tried to do the first run at the fitness business, online, but a lot of major life changes happened coming to Thailand, not having like internet access, good internet access, for the first 2 months I was here. So that made it tough. And then we basically had a 2-month honeymoon. So we were just on the road constantly. So it was hard to sit down and do anything. And I apologize to my clients for that I had. But I also had to think about, what am I best at? I'm best at kettlebells and calisthenics. That's it. If I start doing stuff outside of that, if you're here with me if you want to move to Thailand and come train with me in person, hey man, I can do all kinds of stuff. But online, I talked to my online personal training coach. He was like, you need to only offer the stuff that you know you can do and get results. For me, kettlebells and body weight, not kettlebells kettlebells and body weight. So even my like my Darth Maul challenge, if you do that, it's a kettlebell program, right? I'm a kettlebell guy. That's what I do. Can I coach somebody on power lifting? Yeah. Can I help you improve your bench press? Yeah, but I don't bench a lot, right? That's never been my thing, right? I got into fitness to improve my athleticism. I wanted to dunk a basketball. I could dunk. I wanted to be doing 360s, when I was younger, back in the day. I'm only 5'7", right? So I got into fitness, wanted to be a trainer to help people become better athletes, right? And for me, there's many things, plyometrics, strength training, periodized programs. But for most people, they need to improve their flexibility, they do calisthenics will make you a better athlete if you're not a professional athlete or hitting your peak, right? Your peak performance. The average person walking around has never gone near that, right? Unless you've been a collegiate athlete or a professional athlete, you haven't gone near that. So doing some kettlebell stuff, some body weight stuff, you'll be good, right? Just look at some of these calisthenics people. Austin Dunham. I know AD, does weight sometimes, but fitness FAQs, calisthenics movement. Check out some of them, see what they can do. Or, that's if you on YouTube. Well, actually, my man Eduardo's got a YouTube channel now, or you could follow him on Instagram. I think it's Orwalia. Just go to GMB Fitness. Look at my colleagues at GMB. They're doing amazing stuff, right? They're not jacked, right? Eduardo, as far as I'm concerned, he is a Jedi. That dude is a Jedi. I want to learn. Hell, I want to hire him to be my trainer. And I'm learning the same stuff. I got the same teachers as him. I'm like, yeah, I know we got the same teachers, but can you train me? He's going to be like, hey man, you're learning the same stuff that I teach my clients. Just get through the program next year. Don't get hurt this time, and you'll figure it out in a few years. So yeah, that was a huge tangent, me talking to fitness stuff. I like I said, yeah, I love fitness. I love martial arts. The whole real life Jedi thing, that wasn't something I set out to do. That was people seeing me doing the Tai Chi, the meditation, the fitness, and they were like, they said, it's like you're training to be a Jedi in real life. That's where that came from. Not, oh, I'm going to go be a Jedi today. I was already doing the thing, and people came in and put a name on the thing that I was doing. And that's what I want to encourage y'all to do. I'll talk about it some here, but my name is Prince. Yeah, that's my name, but I have a channel called My Name is Prince, and that's really where those videos are going to be. Vlogs, travel, training, kung fu philosophy. I got a video that about Tai Chi, me really talking. I compare training Tai Chi to playing an MMO or RPG game, right? How to progress in Tai Chi is, and what the martial art is, what kind of character it's the equivalent to in an MMO. I need to finish editing it. I just got to put down the B-roll and get it posted. Also, since I'm on that topic, a lot of the real life Jedi stuff is going to get moved from this channel to that channel. I talk about like stuff about my views, and people who don't do YouTube or don't understand YouTube the way I do, don't understand what I'm talking about. But like a lot of people, I think it was like my most viewed video this year is the Jedi meditation video. And then they're like, why don't you post stuff like this? And I'm like, I got a lot of videos on meditation on my other channel, but somebody who's come in for that, they probably don't want to see a video about, oh, the SJW people in the Star Wars fandom are crying about this new thing, and I think it's ridiculous. They might not even care about the Mandalorian or anything else. They're just like, they might be from the Jedi religion, like that Jedi church, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing, right? Like I kind of want to get ordained as a legal ordained Jedi Knight, right? They might be coming from that, and they see that video, and that's all they want. And it's like, I kind of feel like people who come for that need to be on a channel where there's just that, right? Not me going off the dome about Star Wars stuff and geeking out. So I'm going to move those real life Jedi videos to the channel where I train like a Jedi in real life and show my real life and my training and visit temples and talk about, religion and that sort of thing, right? So people ask, oh, Prince, I thought you had this video on meditation and you were in the Jedi robe, and where'd it go? It's on that other channel, because people are already, I have like every month, every day actually, I see Jedi meditation. And it's like, that's where I said, like, when you understand what like these subscriber to view ratios and stuff will tell you things about videos. Like, you look at somebody's video and it's like, why did they get a lot of views on this video and then this barely got any? And it might be because people are finding that video in search. They're not necessarily going to that person and watching everything they do, right? There's one person who makes like 5 videos a day, and I said it's like throwing poop at the wall. And it's really to see what sticks, and it's not really that, it's to see what pops. I'm gonna post all these videos, Mike Zero, and I'm gonna see which one pops and blows up. It's like he hits a bunch of base hits, but then one day he'll hit a home run, and that's when he'll get some big views and a big paycheck, right? And then you watch one, and then you get 10 of them suggested to you every time you go on YouTube. And when you watch a Mike Zero video, you've fallen down a bottomless pit. Right? I let a Mike Zero video play on one of my YouTube research channels, and I can't even go back and I'm gonna have to delete the channel, because now if I go and look at the homepage, it's like nothing but Mike Zero videos, because he posts so many. He ruined that. How can you ruin a research channel? Right? I watched one Mike Zero. Well, I didn't watch it. I let it play, and I took out the trash and made sure I didn't come back until his video was over. But anyway, y'all, I didn't even mean to. I'm just kind of rambling. This is Off the Dome is like a podcast, so I'm not even gonna feel bad about going off the dome and rambling on with y'all, because till I start seeing people not watching. But if 100 people watch it, that's enough for me, right? I'm trying to focus on doing this because I enjoy doing it. When it becomes a chore, and that's how I was feeling for a minute, it was a chore because I was taking notes and then sitting here typing out scripts, and I gotta get my teleprompter all set up and everything else. And I'm like, if I do a scripted video, it's gotta be a special reason. You can't do that every day. You just cannot. You can't do it every day. I can't. And if I had a team of people, if I had ghostwriters like Dash, oops, I didn't mean to say that. So if I had ghostwriters like Dash, yeah, I could do scripted videos, but he wasn't doing every day, right? But I got too much pride to have a ghostwriter. I got to say my own words. I can't go that route. I'm sure he's not the only one that has a ghostwriter. It's probably quite a few people that had ghostwriters out there. But I wouldn't know, because I ain't really watch anybody else. But I think Dash said he had a ghostwriter. He said people were writing some of his videos, so that's not, oh man, Prince is talking smack about Mitch. No, Mitch said he had a ghostwriter. So he said it. I heard him say it, and if you didn't, maybe you need to listen harder. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up with that. Diana Lee Inosanto's character is a Dathomirian. What could that mean for the story? Or maybe she's just a one-off character that we'll never see again. I don't know. Maybe her role was just to be there to show us that Ahsoka is looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn. I really hope she comes back, though. I mean, it's Diana Lee Inosanto. Diana Inosanto. Actually, I wonder why she doesn't, because she's married to Ron Balicki. And this is, I'm going to go on this, but this is every time everybody in the Star Wars community has jumped on this. Now, remember, I said it, I was like, man, and then I was like, this is why you need to follow the Kung Fu nerd and not the Star Wars geeks, because I recognize game. That's Diana Lee. That's Danny Inosanto's daughter, right? Best friend and student of Bruce Lee. Runs the huge JKD school, Inosanto Kali martial arts school in Los Angeles. My friend, Dr. Mark Chang of Tai Chang, the Beachbody Tai Chi program, takes lessons there. Some of the best fight choreographers in Hollywood are Dan Inosanto's students, right? But all you see everywhere, Bruce Lee's goddaughter. She's Bruce Lee's goddaughter. She's Bruce Lee's goddaughter. I'm like, man, y'all can suck a left nut, man. Like, okay, I understand when you say Bruce Lee, most people, Bruce Lee. But I'm like, man, you kind of doing her a dishonor at the same. You're trying to honor her. She's Bruce Lee's goddaughter. That her father's a badass, right? Dan Inosanto is a bad. I mean, what is he like? He's almost 80 now. Bruce Lee's birthday was Friday, I think, Friday or Saturday. Bruce Lee would be 80, and Guru Dan is right up there with him, and he's still teaching. He's training with kettlebells. He's doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu and teaching Kali, JKD, Wing Chun concepts. Probably some other stuff too. Not still traveling the world because that Rona thing, but coronavirus is real. Should it get real, right? But I'm like, she's Bruce Lee's goddaughter. I'm like, well, she's Dan Inosanto's daughter. She's Dan Inosanto. Okay, she's Bruce Lee's goddaughter, right? Diana Lee, but she's Dan's daughter. Right? Put some respect on her name. Put some respect on her family's name, y'all. I don't know if there's anything like everybody's triggered over student. I'm not triggered over it. I'm not triggered at all. But it's a massive eye roll, right? It's like when I see that now from some Star Wars nerd or Grace Randolph, you know, like, my eyes want to roll so hard that everything just turned white, right? Just like how hard I want to roll my eyes it's just kind of like, can you put some respect on her name? Like, she's a badass. Do you even know, they probably think she's never been in a movie before. She was great in The Sensei, where she was a sensei to this kid. It was almost like a Karate Kid type movie, but the twist is that her Mr. Miyagi has HIV. So she's helping her student who's being bullied. I can't remember if he had HIV too or he was gay. I think he was gay. She has HIV, and it's like they're in a small town that's very prejudiced, and it's like she's fighting men, and it's like if she gets cut, like, I can't remember. I think she might have been hemophiliac or something. She had hemophilia. It was a dope movie. The Sensei. It used to be on Netflix, but that was 10 years ago. Check it out. It's a great movie. She was badass in it, right? So, you know, when I talk about I'm a fan of this person, I really am a fan. I told y'all her husband is Ron Balicki. I've had conversations with him on Twitter. I was shocked that I wasn't following Diana Lee, Inosanto Balicki. I was shocked to find that out. And when I saw her tweeting about being happy to be involved in the episode, I couldn't believe that I haven't been following her, because I think I might have exchanged some tweets with her like 10 years ago. I talked to her somewhere on social media, like, I don't think it was on Twitter, because I don't think I had Twitter back when I saw the Sensei, because I saw it when I was in Louisville in seminary. Wow. So yeah. But anyway, y'all, what do you guys think about this whole she's Dathomirian? Do you think it'll play a big part in the story? I don't know, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be checking back to see what you all have to say. And that's all I got for this one. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for taking the time to listen. Y'all keep on breathing, and may the force of others be with you always.